lengthy little break there. We were talking about all the great bands and stuff that we loved and grew up, and then we're bringing up topics of everything we liked and loved, and we're talking about vocals, of course, because we're two vocalists sitting here, and we're talking about the Jeff Tate, and the Steelheart singer, which Millie. We're gonna get that little debate going again, but we were talking about what was your least favorite vocalist back then in bands. Like, I mean, there's a lot of cool bands, and there was bands that were actually good musically, but the vocals sucked, and he's saying, what was your least favorite vocalist in the 80s? Well, it depends on what you're looking at. Like, you got different segments of bands from the 80s, and nobody ever linked certain bands in certain like segments. Like, you had hair metal, you had thrash metal, you had death metal. There was like so many different forms of metal. But like I said, you can't put Guns N' Roses in a metal category, but they did come out in like 1987, 88. So, to me, and everybody knows me, personally, I think Axl Rose is the worst singer I ever heard in my life. I hate him. But that's not just because I hate him. I just think he was horrible. But another band, I like the band, but another band from the hair metal stage that I think was a good vocalist, I never liked Mike Tramp from White Lion. He sounds nasally. He sounds like he's got like a clothespin on his nose when he sings. When the children cry, let them know we tried.
I mean, I like a few White Lion songs, but I mean, I can see where you're coming from. But I like some White Lion stuff.
Yeah, White Lion. Like I said, the Vito, the guitar player, was freaking phenomenal. That's another thing too. Like, there was a lot of great guitar players that got buried in some of the bands because of like, for example, Red Beach from Winger. Mm-hmm. I never really recognized how great of a guitar player he was until he actually toured with Dokken. Yeah. And he was doing George Lynch solos. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's amazing.
I don't know, man. Winger's one of my favorite bands, and I think they got some great guitar going on in some of their songs.
It's funny. We're bringing Winger up. Do you remember Beavis and Butthead? When
yeah,
the kid they used to pick on had a Winger shirt on.
I just that guy's got so much talent, great voice, great ability.
You think so?
I'll tell you,
we're here to agree to disagree.
He just I saw him do his acoustic show, and I've seen him do his full band electric show.
Right.
And the dude, I think he's one of the most talented vocalists.
Do you really?
I really think so. His voice is, when you do an acoustic show, you can't hide anything. You're laying it all out on the table. And his voice was so perfect that it blew me away. And I'll tell you, I just have a ton of respect for the guy. He's really good.
Really? I have to beg to differ. I'm not a big Winger fan. I'll tell you why. It was mostly, okay, maybe he's changed over the years, but back in the 80s, it was all about Kip. It's all about Kip. The videos, it's all about Kip going up there, acting like a poser, flying around on his bass, and the rest of the band was not getting recognized, which was why I told you why I didn't recognize Red Beach, the great lead guitar player that's in that freaking band, until I seen him playing Dokken, because it was always about Kip. So I like I said, I think the best thing Winger ever did was when they put out the Pool album, which really shocked a lot of metal fans, because a lot, like Winger, like them or not, they were the laugh of a lot of like hair metal jokes back in the day. Winger took a lot of that heat. You know what I mean?
They were like, one of those, a bunch of pretty boys that really don't have talent.
Right.
Like, that's what people would say, but really, if you listen to their music, they got some good stuff going on there. Kip Winger was Alice Cooper's bass player for a while before he formed Winger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the dude's...
Well, I'll give him credit here. He's better than Axl Rose. Is that giving him some credit? Every time I talk about Axl Rose...
All right, stop before I throw up.
Yeah, exactly. But
I think if you look at Chinese democracy, it really shows how much talent Axl Rose actually had.
Yeah. Exactly.
You take away the other guys, and
the talent in Guns N' Roses was the rest of the guys in the band.
Hey, I'll give him this on "Welcome to the Jungle" and "Sweet Child of Mine." His vocals were pretty good. He had some some good highs in there and stuff. But his other songs, like Mr. Brownstone and stuff, I listened to the vocals and I'm like, is this dude for real?
Mm-hmm. You just want to listen to the album, like
Shut up.
exactly. But yeah, let's move on because
All right.
that's going to make me in the trash can again. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good vocalists back in the '80s. Some there were some vocalists that weren't as good, but got by because the band was so good. Like, I love Rat. I am a major Rat fan. Rat is in my top like 5 or 10 of hair metal bands back in the day. But Stephen Pearcy's not what you call a great vocalist. He just does the songs well.
Yeah, his voice. They made his voice fit the music, and it came out really cool.
Hell yeah!
Kind of like AC/DC.
Oh,
If was it Brian Johnson and what's the first guy? Come on.
you're asking me the least favorite band of mine, AC/DC. I do not like AC/DC. I know it's Bon Scott.
Bon Scott.
There we go.
If you would have just told them to stand in a room and just start singing a song a cappella, you would have laughed your rear end off at those guys.
Yeah.
But with the music and with the songs, it came out to be something cool.
Yeah, I know, and it's funny because I remember back, talking about that, and then going back to the Guns N' Roses thing. I remember when they first came out, and I seen a picture of them. I'm like, wow, they're all right. I give them that they had that rock and roll edge. They look like they haven't taken a bath in like a month.
Shampoo is better.
That's something
First and clean your hair.
a lot of people don't want to hear it. But I think they were one of the bands that kind of brought in the grunge scene with how they looked all dirty and like they didn't care.
Right. Yeah.
And, musically they were still rock with leads and stuff, but like their style, I think, was, kind of
They were different. What got them over the edge? You had all the hair metal bands. They all fall in the same category. Here's another hair metal band. But when GNR came out, it was kind of they needed something a little different. Have that hard rock edge, but to get away from the hair metal. That's what really got them over the top.
So do you think if
And all Axel cared about was,
Hey, where's my check?
where's his check exactly? Go ahead, Ed.
well, I mean, I was just going to ask you, do you think if the guys in our band, if we just stopped getting showers, do you think that would help us, find success?
I don't know, Ed. I really don't know, man. But I don't know about you, but I enjoy smelling okay.
Hey, there's a price for everything.
Maybe we should not wash our hair for 2 months and get dreadlocks. What do you think? That'd be like a new look. Nah, Korn did that already.
And
Rob Zombie did that too.
What was that other band? Faith No More. That singer had the braid thing.
Yeah. I hated that band. I hated that dude.
You want it all, but you can't have it.
No!
Don't you think he had a good voice?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
People go crazy over that song, though.
Ugh. Why?
I don't know.
Ugh.
I got pissed on me! Oh my lord! What have I done to deserve this?
I just thought that stuff was just garbage, man. They were trying to do something different. They were trying to mix a rap sound with metal.
Isn't that what's known as new metal nowadays?
Oh, something like that.
Oh, I'm feeling a little ill here.
Yeah. Ugh. Whatever, man. I just didn't like it.
I guess anybody that's listening to us, if they're not a straight up hardcore '80s fan, they probably should shut us off by now.
Yeah. Shut us off if you're expecting to hear any grunge or any. I want to get depressed and sit in my bedroom tonight and sit there with the razor blade and decide, do I want to do this or not? That's not going to happen on this show. pretty much. As we talked about that in the beginning of the show. So, that's not going to happen here, man. It's about a good time here.
Hell yeah!
That's right. All right. Well, it's time. We're going to do the ballot block.
All right.
And we have our little debate going on.
Yes, we do.
We got the little Millie Jeff Tate debate going on, as Ed thinks Millie from Steelheart is a better vocalist than Jeff Tate. I disagree.
I love Jeff, but Millie's got him beat.
All right, so you're familiar with Jeff, as everybody is. Like I said, Ed brought up a pretty good fact here that if it was a popularity contest, Jeff would win it hands down because everybody knows Jeff more. Jeff's more successful than Millie was. So Jeff would win that hands down. So it's not about popularity here, people. It's not about the bands they play in. It's about their voice in general. That's all we're talking about here. We're talking about the voice. And we're not talking about Christina Aguilera, that slut show. We're talking about the voice of these two amazing vocalists right now. So, who should we start with?
It's your show. You pick.
No, you pick.
Let's play Jeff first.
All right, we're going to play Jeff first, okay? So here it is. We're going to the first two songs of our ballot block, and we're going to give you a little time to think about it, even if you might have your mind made up already like I do. But if you need to think about it, you'll have two more songs left of the ballot block to think about it. And, you know, like I said, you can let us know what you think. You know, that's why you're here. You got the Shakeman Show at yahoo.com you can go to. You got Shakeman at aquanetradio.com. Or you can give us a call at 215-600-3284 if you like to talk. Let us know what your opinion is, but I already know my mind's made up and Ed's mind's made up. So it's up to you people now, the crowd, the listeners, to let me know what you think, who you think the better vocalist is. And we're going to start with my boy, Jeff Tate. It's the ballot block on the Shakeman Show, Aquanet Radio.